Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Joshua Jones, and I'm coming to you from Waterloo, Ontario. I just came from St. Jacob's Farmer Market, and it was great. I'm loving it out here, but that's not why you guys are here. You guys are here because you want to know how you can get a job after coding bootcamp. So in August 2019, I attended Tortuga Coders, which is a 2-month-long boot camp in Koh Samui, Thailand. It was the best time of my life. Really enjoyed it. I learned a lot. But I was under the impression that the job search would be relatively easy. Little did I know that it was the farthest thing from easy. You know, it was a struggle for me. I got down on myself. I got depressed. But I'm here in Waterloo because I finally got a job. I got a job as a full stack developer with a startup, and I couldn't be happier. The team is great. The town is great. Like I said, I just came from the market. That was great. So I have no complaints, none. And I think tech can change your life. I think a coding bootcamp can change your life. But what you're really looking for is that job that's going to change your life. So without further ado, let me give you my 7 tips how I got a job and how you can get a job. So let's get started. Number 1, you got to realize that it's not easy. Learning to code is tough. Life is tough. You have to drop the mindset that this is going to be an easy thing. You really have to transform yourself. You have to develop mental fortitude. You have to develop mental toughness. You have to become mentally strong. If you can't develop this skill, you can't develop that internal strength, then you're not going to make it. You have to be able to face rejection. You have to be able to face the dark times. You have to, be able to overcome this type of adversity. If you're not able to do that, it's not going to work. What I did personally is I looked at it like it's a battle, and it is a battle. It's a battle for your life. You're battling for your life. You're battling for your career. You're battling for your welfare. So it's a battle, and in any battle, we don't want farmers, we want warriors. So you got to transform yourself into a warrior, a mental, physical warrior. You have to develop a warrior's discipline, a warrior's attitude, a warrior's way, period. That's tip number 1, developing mental fortitude. Tip number 2 is persistence. One of my favorite books, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. There's a quote that I'd like to read to you from that book, and this is it. Those who have cultivated the habit of persistence seem to enjoy insurance against failure. No matter how many times they are defeated, they finally arrive toward the top of the ladder. Sometimes it appears that there is a hidden guide whose duty is to test men through all sorts of discouraging experiences. Those who pick themselves up after defeat and keep on trying arrive, and the world cries, "Bravo! I knew you could do it." The hidden guide lets no one enjoy great achievement without passing the persistence test. Those who can't take it simply do not make the grade. And this has been my experience. This is literally like a test of your persistence. It feels like, it's almost like an underlying spiritual battle. I don't want to get too woo-woo on you guys, but that's what it felt like for me. So persistence was integral in being able to go from failure to failure. There's a quote out there that says, success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. And that's exactly what I had to do. I had to realize that each no that I heard, each job rejection that I received was just one step closer to that job offer. It was just one step closer to that yes, to that success that I was looking for. So I took that Jocko Willink mindset, and every bad thing that happened to me, I said good, because there is some good. There's a reason why it's happening. My third point, kind of related to the second, is consistency. A lot of people attend a boot camp and they stop coding and they think a job's just gonna fall in their lap. You gotta remember something. Even if your boot camp was 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, it takes time and repetition for things to be cemented in your brain. So when I came back from the boot camp, I didn't take a week off or anything. I took a day off to sleep, and since then I've been coding pretty much every day since, and I'm still doing that. you have to cement the skills. The bootcamp gives you a broad overview, but you have to really internalize these skills, and that takes consistency. You know, you may not be able to code for 4 hours a day or study for 5, 6 hours, 7, 8 hours a day, but you start small. You start with half an hour every day, and you do that consistently. And that half an hour turns into an hour. That hour turns into 2 hours. 2 turns into 4. You get the point. It's the same thing with the job process. You have to just keep applying. You get rejected, keep applying. So you hear those no's, keep applying, keep improving your resume, keep networking, keep going, keep staying consistent. Because if you stop, then you're giving up and there's no chance of success. But if you keep going, it's inevitable. Success is inevitable if you keep going. Last thing about consistency is you are consistently coding, you are consistently becoming a better developer. When you do land that job, you are going to be worth that much more because you are learning along the way. Your skills are improving. Just because you don't have a job yet doesn't mean you're not growing as a developer. You are. You're becoming a better developer by applying that consistent practice of your craft. So when you do get a job, you're going to be able to command much more money, and you're going to be much more confident commanding that money because you know your stuff. Let's keep this moving. Point number 4 is your portfolio. I think your portfolio should look like a project in and of itself. So, you know, any cool front-end techniques that you know to, cool animations, transitions, stuff like that, apply that stuff. Myself, I'm an amateur photographer. I'm a solo traveler, so I have pictures from all over the world. I use these in my portfolio. And it caught the attention of a lot of people. The point of what I'm saying is you have to make your portfolio visually aesthetic, visually appealing. You know, it has to catch people's attention. You don't want a boring, dull portfolio. No, you want something that's going to stand out, something that's beautiful, something that's going to make people say, wow. And this is especially important if you're going for front-end development jobs. Don't be afraid to be creative. Don't be afraid to be different, you know, let your uniqueness and your creativity shine through. Related to this, you have to realize that you're marketing and the product is you. You're selling yourself. You have to make your whole image, both online and offline, professional. If you want a job, you have to be professional. So, you know, everything on your website, you can't have little bugs and type of stuff like that. It has to be done nice, on point, professional, visually aesthetic, like I just said. And I know we're starting to come out of COVID, but my job search was during COVID, or a major part of it was. And a lot of the interviews were done over a Zoom meeting. You want to make sure that you are professional. Your shirt is buttoned up. It's ironed. Your background is nice looking. Your room is clean. Your hair is cut. You're well shaven. Your teeth are clean. Everything is you know, you look good. You know, you want to do this. You need to present yourself well. You need to present yourself as a professional. Your marketing, everything about yourself. You know, the job search is, you're selling yourself. That's all I'm saying. So if you're selling something, you got to advertise it well. You got to make it look good. And you're the product. Make yourself look good. The 6th point is, and this may be contradicting myself, but you have to try to get some work so that you can get a job. If you don't have a computer engineering degree, computer science degree, you have to get something on your resume. So how do you do that? How I did it is I started networking. I knew people in the cryptocurrency community. I reached out to them. I said, hey, do you know anyone looking for a JavaScript developer, a full stack engineer, yada, yada, yada. And that's how I got my first gig. It was just a basic design gig. But, you know, it was something that built the momentum. From there, I was more comfortable taking on other clients. Eventually, through going to meetups, I was able to meet a client who I started doing some full stack work for. And I was able to put this on my resume. Besides that, you have to build personal projects. You can put these on your resume. I went to a lot of meetups and I said, hey, you know, I don't have a job. How can I build this? How can I prove myself? And they said, personal projects. Show us what you can build. So don't just build a simple to-do list or, you know, basic applications like that. Put some thought into it. I'll give you a tip. I released an app. It's called Calorie Cam to Apple's App Store. If you go to the App Store, you're going to be able to download that. I think that's a great thing that all developers can do. If you can release an app to the App Store or maybe the Play Store, that kind of legitimizes you as a developer. And this is important for any employer. It shows that you're serious. It shows that you have some credibility. I mean, you were approved by Apple or Google. So I think this is very important. So think about projects, think about problems that you have that you can solve with an application, and put some thought into your project. Also make your project look good, right? All of these things are important, and that's one way you can beef up your resume. So between projects, contract work, and also contract work can include Upwork. Try to get on Upwork. It's really good. Be consistent on that platform and you'll find some clients. And again, you can add that to your resume. Lastly, my 7th tip is to maintain faith, whatever that may be. I don't want to get religious on you. It could be a faith in God. It could be faith in the universe. It could be faith in stars. Whatever that is, there's a quote, let go and let God. And when you take the mentality that everything is on you, it's kind of hard to succeed. There's a lot of pressure on you. You're going to stress yourself out, and you're not going to do your best work when you're stressed and when you're anxious. So you got to have a faith in something higher. You got to have a faith that things are working out in your favor. You got to have faith that, you get that rejection. It's for a reason. It's leading to something better. You never know. You could have got that job and something bad could have happened. So trust that something is looking out for you. Trust that you're on the right path, and trust that things will work out. It's really important. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope this was useful. I hope it can inspire some people. I plan to drop a lot more videos sharing my experience in Waterloo, working in tech, transitioning to tech, all that good stuff. So I'm happy to speak with any of you personally. I'm going to leave my email and my Instagram below. And feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about boot camps or changing careers, stuff like that. I'd be happy to help. And if you found this information valuable, please hit that subscribe button, leave a like. And if you got any tips of your own, please leave them below. I'd love to hear them. This is JJ signing out. Peace.